What's up, Merch University? Joe here with Rick Blyth from the Merch Wizard, and also he is also the. Oh man, bad, my bad. Hold up, my bad. That's my bad. Runs the Merch UK admin on the Facebook group. So thank you, Rick, for being here on the show today.
You're welcome. Thanks, Joe.
Rick is he's going to be doing like a screen share to start off with, and what he wants to talk about is the Merch Wizard. If you haven't, maybe you have some other what other tools have you started with before?
Yeah, so it started with a free extension called Shirt to CSV, and then there was one after that, Merch Batch Uploader, and then Merch Batch Editor. So if you're familiar with any of those, that's all me.
So to start off, he wants to share this video with you guys, this Merch Wizard, and so we want to talk about that. And so it's a really cool tool. How I can let me explain just a second of it real quick. What you do is it's a Chrome extension, and when you go to your Amazon account. What it does is it puts everything in a file like a spreadsheet, and it's really awesome actually. It under the spreadsheet. I'll just go ahead and show you because it's a lot easier. So go ahead and show some of that video, Rick.
Okay, sure. Right then. So hopefully you can see my screen here. I will just run through the video and we'll just talk over the top of it, and we'll just pause it in different bits because the video itself goes pretty quickly. But yeah, as Joe says, Merch Wizard, it is a culmination of the kind of the work I've been doing before on Shirt to CSV and Merch Batch Uploader and a few other extensions. It allows you to take all your Merch by Amazon listings and get them out, not just to a CSV file, but to something a lot more interactive. There's a platform called Airtable. If I start playing the video, we'll have a look at what that looks like. So yeah, this is an Airtable base, as you call it. If you think of that like a spreadsheet, it's got all your listing data on there. And I think we scrolled across in the video to show this is just a sample file basically. But if you can imagine, you would have your own version of this. So you start up your own Airtable account. It's free up until 1,200 records, and then I think if you go to the Pro Edition, it's $10 for up to 5,000 records. So yeah, you basically would get your own Airtable account, and then you go and get your own Airtable API key for that account, and then you put that into Merch Wizard, and then Merch Wizard will export your listings into this format for you. So it's like a easy way to get organized and get everything out from your Amazon product pages up onto a searchable, filterable, groupable, if that's a word, kind of spreadsheet. So here you can see we've been through some of the fields already, but there's the title, brand, bullets, descriptions. There's a thumbnail for each of the listings. You can then tag them with the niche that they're in, so you could then filter to see how many shirts you've got in different niches. You can put in tags and keywords here for when you're listing on other print-on-demand platforms. It's got a link to the product page and then a link to the edit page as well. It supports all the products currently on Merch by Amazon, so all your t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the hoodies, and the pop sockets. You can see here it brings in the BSR, the reviews as well, which is something I think a lot of people find interesting because it's just very difficult to find out which shirts have got reviews on them. So you can see the number of them and the average rating. And then later on, once you've got your shirts in, you can run a update and bring in all the sales information. This will bring in the all-time sale information, the number of units sold, cancelled, and returned, the revenue and the royalties you've got from each shirt as well. And then you can do cool things like group and filter by niches to find out which niches are your best selling, where you've made the most money from, where you maybe should be listing those on other platforms. Okay, so I'll just carry on here. Here's the last 30 days at the end. So yeah, this is where you put in your API key. So the cool thing about this is that you don't have to upload your listing data and designs to any other print on demand, sorry, any other sites or servers and kind of trust them with it. This is just your Airtable account and you're completely in control of that. And then it's just a case that you give Merch Wizard access to be able to push to it and read from it. And we'll see that later on. Is that making sense so far, Joe?
Yeah, everything is what you're saying is, yeah, what I've been as I've been going through the program, it's pretty good.
Mm. Yeah, I think a lot of people want to try and get organized with their merchant by Amazon listings, but it's so difficult to do retrospectively. You know, sometimes people are listing their designs on a phone, and this way you can basically take an existing account and just bring all that information out in a few clicks, and we'll see that process next. So yeah, so this is what Merch Wizard looks like. Is a little guy up there who sits on the manage page. So we just push listings to Airtable, and what that'll do is just run through all the products on this page, and you can do this with up to 100 products per page, and push those up, and it just basically opens the tabs for you for each of those products, and you can see them being pushed up to Airtable in real time there and populating all the information that you possibly want from that product listing. All right. And then the next thing that you can do is to associate your design files with the actual listing data. So I know people sometimes have Dropbox folders and files and complicated folder structures, and they have something in Excel that links to a unique key. This just works by being able to associate the PNG attachments with the actual listing data. So you can just literally drag and drop it onto there. Once you've done your import into Airtable, you can then associate the PNG files with that. And that means wherever you use the Merch Wizard extension in future, you can just grab the files from there. So if you want to list it on on Redbubble or any other print-on-demand platforms, you can just grab the PNG straight from the extensions. We'll see later on.
I really like that feature of that, because you know, before, if you want to find that design again, you have to go back and look for it, and who knows, when you have the thousands and thousands of listings up like I do, it's hard to go back and find that one design, you know.
Yeah, it really is, and especially sometimes I do some on my phone, I'll do some on my iPad, and then I won't sync those to Dropbox, or if I do, they'll just have a rubbish name. So yeah, getting all this all together in one place is really good and a nice feeling. So yeah, the next thing then is, once you've got all your product listings in there, you can then update the sales statistics. This will use the same feed as Pretty Merch does. It just basically goes through and gets the sales stats for all your products for all time and for the last 30 days or so. So I'll just show that filtering through. So this is my personal sheet here. That's why it's blurred out on the left side there, and that's some of the sales stats coming through. So that's really good. I'll just go back slightly, because once you've got the information in here, you know, you can then say, right, let's say out of what kind of niche is my best selling. So you can do a filter up here. You'd go into filter and filter by niche. You can group by shirts of a certain price and see, you know, how much in terms of revenue you've got from each price point. You can filter by product type. It's kind of like an Excel pivot table, but all up in the cloud, and all very powerful but very simple to use. So big fan of Airtable, and you know, the people that have been using it so far have been giving really good feedback about how easy Airtable is to use and how easy Merch Wizard is to get that information up there.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the program so far. So
great.
yeah.
Right, so then this is what Merch Wizard looks like in the Chrome extension. So we've got the pop-up on the Chrome extension icon in the top right and pop-up there. So you can just search through your Airtable for any keywords. That text field will search for it'll search the brand, the title, the niche, the tags. So you could search all your pug shirts or whatever it was in that particular niche. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the actual text of the shirt. Okay, and then you can then navigate through. I think this is what we're going to do here and have a look at each of them. It brings up obviously the thumbnails, and you can click about to find the shirt that you want. And this is where we can actually download our files that we've associated with the listing. So you can see we've got the different file sizes up there. So there's a slot where you can just upload your image for that particular product listing, and there's also a way to link it to a particular product for the specific dimensions of each product's for each product's PNG file. So this will download each one of those now. And there's a toggle there if you have a dark design, it will show up better on a white background. This is the filtering. So, a lot of this is basically how the manage page on Merch by Amazon kind of should work in an ideal world. Everyone wants to be able to filter by product type, but you can't. And everyone wants to just be able to click edit like this, but you can't. So it really helps with that. And I believe it's a lot quicker, obviously, than trying to scan through lots of different pages to try and find your information. So there, we're just going straight to the edit page for those. So just on that, you can do a search in your Airtable as well for kind of batch edits. If you said that you wanted to edit all hoodies and put in some extra keywords, you can filter by product type, and you can just straight away open up the edit page for each of those and make any amendments that you want. Okay. Right, and then I think this is just an example of us filling in some tags and just showing that you can copy those down. And I think here we're going to just filter by niche just to show how easy the filtering is in Airtable. And then this part here is to do with this field tracks where you've uploaded your designs to. So let's say we're on this Happy Halloween Pumpkin Moon Bat Scary t-shirt, and we've uploaded that to Merch by Amazon USA and also to Redbubble. We can also say we've uploaded it elsewhere and just keep a track of it in this one central place. So it's very useful when you've got a shirt that you think, did I list that on Redbubble? Did I not? You'll be able to keep track of it all in here, and you'll see later on in the app you can also tick it off to say you've uploaded it from directly within Merch Wizard. All right, still making sense?
Yeah, man, it's sounded pretty good. Sounded really good.
All right, so this is where we've got the listings, and you can either say, do you know what, for this these three listings here, where we've got t-shirt, sweatshirt, long sleeve shirt, where they're all the same dimensions, I can just copy that PNG file to all of them. Or the alternative to that is basically to say these all came from a particular design. So we've got a second table here called designs. It's optional, you don't have to use it, but some people like to do this, where you can have a central design and say, there's my PNG file for it. And then I've scaled that out and listed that for these 3, 4, 5 products. So I think this video will just show us clicking and putting on each of the PNG files. And let me just hide that. Just go back a second there, because yeah, so then what we will do is link to this Give Blood and Play Rugby design from our listings grid. And I think there's an example of that just before that. So we'll see that these shirts all come from that one design. and that's useful if you wanted to do reporting and work out how much that design has sold for and how much royalties it's brought in. All right. But yeah, you don't have to use that. You can just drop the PNG file directly against the listing, or you don't even have to drop the PNG file if you've got that in your own Dropbox folder structure. That's fine. Okay, so I think here now we'll be going through and relisting the shirt. So if we said that this shirt has fallen off, has been removed due to a lack of sales, we can quickly relist the shirt by just finding the information that we had. I mean, of course, prior to Merch Wizard, you would probably just have to type it all in again or type in a variant of what you'd listed before, but you'll have the PNG and you'll have all the listing data there. So in this case, what we do is just download the PNG and then we'll upload it. And then when we go through the screens, Merch Wizard works a bit like Merch Batch Uploader, and I guess Merch Lister Pro. When you click on the icon, it's going to fill in the details for the shirt that you've selected. And we'll see here it's got those colors and the fit types populated correctly. And then again, when we click here, it'll put the text in all the text fields. If we've gone on the wrong record for whatever reason, you can click around and change them. Yeah, that's pretty much relisting a shirt. You know, you can do them very quickly in about 30 seconds. So I think that's, you know, something that's a lot of people are finding very useful already. All right.
I like that part right there where you can just re-upload those old designs. That's in fast. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, great. And then this bit is just showing about when we're listing on Redbubble or anywhere else. You've got your design obviously right there, and you can just download the PNG, drop it in there. And then because we've got the title and description and keywords, we can just use the copy to clipboard functionality there and copy them in easily and painlessly. All right, and then you can tick off to say I've uploaded that to Redbubble. That will upload, reflect in Airtable in that record. So that's that. And here now we're going through showing that you can hide a load of fields in Airtable, and if you were to want to search for anything where there was a term of service update or any potential trademark violations. Of course, now you've got all your Merch by Amazon listing data all in one place, and so you can just use the power of Airtable just to search through that. So if we go for the classic order a size up, we can see there's a few places where we've got this and we need to remove them. And the great thing is obviously we've got the edit links directly here, so we can just change those quickly and easily. I think it also shows searching for premium or anything else that you think you want to find. Am I exposed for that? Is a potential issue with that? It's a pretty useful feature. Okay, and then this is just showing if we were to list in, take our shirts from Amazon.com and want to put them on the Amazon UK marketplace. Again, this is dead easy. It's very similar to what you'd be doing when you're relisting a shirt. You find the one from the USA, click on the UK version, click you've uploaded it, and go through the screens obviously. Okay. And yeah, just something to say on the Airtable side of it. So Airtable is free up to 1,200 records. You can then upgrade to a $10 a month plan, which gives you up to 5,000 records per base. When we say per base, we mean per spreadsheet, if you like. So you do get, you can have unlimited numbers of those bases. So you could have 10 1,000 record bases and still keep in the free tier. You just have to go on to Merch Wizard and change the API key when you wanted to change between them. Some people would organize by niche, some organize by product type, some just pay the $10 But what I've found personally is the Airtable have got a really good referral plan. And if you just go and email your friends, I sent out an email at work saying I've got this prioritization list that we're working on, and if you want to add something to it, you've got to join this, and put things near the top of it. And in no time, we've got like 10 people just signed up, and they don't have to pay anything. They just go into the free tier, and you get $10 worth of credit per person you sign up. And so that works really good. So I've got like a year's worth of credit. That said, you know, I'm only in tier 500 on merch, so I'm fine in the free tier anyway at the moment. But just to say, you know, if you are going for any of the bigger tiers, this referral mechanism works really well. You know, it's you should be able to eke out like a year's worth of free credit in no time. That makes sense?
That makes sense, man. You explained it. You explained a lot better. I'm glad you came on and explained it, because I'm seeing I can do way more than what I thought I could do. Yeah. So I love it, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be re-recording a overview video. I kind of went probably a bit too quick when I recorded the original overview video. But I just don't like those videos that take, you know, 20, 30 minutes to explain something. And I was like, I just hit him short, sharp, like, look at this, bam, bam, bam. But a lot of people are like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand this British guy, you know. So yeah, I'm going to re-record it a bit more slowly and explain the type of things that you can do. And if people get bored, they can drop off. But you know, hopefully they'll stick around and see it.
Here, I'll leave it here at this screen real quick. Marilyn, you were asking if there was a thumbnail, and if you can, there's the thumbnail right there. It says thumbnail and it has all the pictures. So yeah, it is there. So she just was asking a question. So yeah.
Yeah, and just to clarify, then it will grab the thumbnail for the listing, but it won't grab your original PNG file. You know, the full dimension original one. Yeah. There's no way to grab that as far as I can tell. So it's just been a case of you associating your PNG file with that when you can.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't quite remember if there's anything else at the end. Oh, this is just showing what you do when you start up. So you would go to this Airtable base as a free starter template, and you just go and copy that base into your own account. And then you'll set the API key and your own key here. We've got a separate setup video that runs through all of that. It just takes a few minutes to do, and then that's it, you're up and running. Okay.
Yeah, I found it very, after I watched the video, I just kind of paused the video and kind of did, you know, put it to the side. And actually, when you're doing it, make sure you get the notepad so you can copy all the, he tells you to get all the notepad and get all the keys, but make sure you do that so you can have everything written down. It's really simple though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I guess then onto the bad news is that it costs a bit of money each month, but that's to fund the development and the testers as well. We've got 2 girls that are helping out with the testing and the product development side of it, and they're coming up with great innovative ideas. We've got a Facebook group as well that is always coming up with feature suggestions and ways to improve it even further. So yeah, there's a good active community there. So yeah, it's on the full price is $9.99 a month at the moment, although it's likely to go up as we add more and more features going forward. But we've got a special discount on at the moment, and there's a $2 off discount, which discount code, which will hopefully be in the description below. But basically, if you type in Merch University at the checkout, you'll get that for $7.99 a month, and that will be locked in. Then you know it's not going to increase on you.
For the first 100 people, yeah, just type in Merch University.
Good point. Yeah.
And John says he already got it. John Marshall, I already put it in the description below, so it's already there. It's ready for you guys to get, and so get it for $7.99 while you can.
Yeah. And one last thing I'll show you whilst we're here. Let's just have a look. there is an extra feature that we added recently, which is pretty cool. So it is to do with getting your shirts onto and products onto the German marketplace. So I think I'm probably just waffling away a little bit here, but it's the same principle as it was before. You find your listing and then you'll fill it in. It will use the same colors and fit types as you've used previously. And then we'll go up to the icon and we'll click on Merch Wizard and it will populate the text fields, but we've got these extra free buttons here. So the top one there is translate text to German, which does exactly what it says on the tin. Instead of having to copy each one out to Google, it's gonna, or wherever you're gonna translate it, it copies them out for you. Oh, sorry, it doesn't copy them, it just replaces them. FYI, it uses Amazon's Translate service, you know, so there's no guarantees it's going to be right or trademark free or anything, but at least we can say it's gone through your service, you know, and translating, I believe it's the same one they used when they migrated the shirts over to the Germany market as well. All right, so that will save you some clicks, and there's no additional fee for that. I know that could be an extension in itself, but that's just part of the subscription as a kind of bonus feature, basically.
Man, I really like that feature. That is a cool feature. I didn't even know you had that on there. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you came out with that.
And just so you know, sometimes I found if you get rid of the t-shirt at the end, it can help to give a better translation on the title. I think it's to do with it thinking it needs to be a full sentence and make sense. So I tend to take off t-shirt or whatever the product is and then add it on afterwards. And you can just keep translating back and forth if you want. Okay, and then the final button there is about generate description text. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll be listing a shirt on the fly. I won't be using any extension. And I think a lot of people basically make the description just a copy of the text in the brand, title, and bullets all put together. And when I do that, I always have to remember to put in a full stop and then spaces. And in this case, this generate description text, been meaning to just write an extension that does it for years, but we're just chucking it in there as part of Merch Wizard. It does all that for you. So if we click that, it should just generate that and basically concatenate all those fields together, put in the full stops and spaces where appropriate. So at least if you know, it'll give you a good starter for your description, if nothing else. There we go.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You did it. How long you been working on this, man?
About 2 months or so. It started off with a suggestion. Just 1 second. I don't normally talk this much. It started off with a suggestion, you know, about shirt to CSV. Could that push some information to Airtable instead of it downloading the CSV file? And then I kind of discovered Airtable and the power of it. And then we just started adding cool features. We started adding the colors he uploaded to, and then I discovered the thumbnails, and I brought in the sales, realized we could bring it all together, you know, the listing data, the PNG files, and the sales all in one place, like a kind of supercharged spreadsheet with everything in it. And we got pretty excited about it. So yeah, it's been a couple of months worth of work and development and testing, but it's we've done a soft launch in my Facebook group. So I've got a Facebook group for Merch Wizard, batch uploader, editor, shirts to CSV, and there's a couple hundred people already using Merch Wizard, and the feedback's really positive. We're getting some good reviews in the Chrome store, so yeah, we're really happy with how it's turning out. And the good thing about the community is they've got a lot of great ideas for the new features and things that we can add to it. So it's cool. We're really excited.
Yeah, man. It looks good. It looks really good. Does anybody have any questions? And also, weren't you gonna give away one maybe?
Yeah. Let me just stop this screen share because I can't really see what else is going on here.
Yeah, so guys, we hope you enjoyed that. Rick's been working on it for a couple months, like you said, and just it's going pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see the anything in the chat at the moment, but yeah, we would say we would give away a free subscription to somebody randomly in the comments. So, oh, there we go. Let's just see if we can see the chat. So yeah, do you have any ideas, Joe, how we would the fairest way to do this? Is it just get people to
how about the first one who can put the price of I don't know. I don't know how to do giveaway.
All right, I've got an idea.
How about this? How about everybody? There's 23 people on here. So put I want to enter and like put it like a 1 through 23, and then I'll do this number generator on my phone, and then I'll pick a winner.
Sure.
That way it'll be fair. Yeah. Pick 1 through 23, and I'm gonna give you like a couple of minutes to do that, and then I'm gonna do this generator, and then we'll pull out a winner. So hopefully you guys don't put in the same number. 1 through 23. And I'm gonna do the pull up my number generator. This is how I pick all my winners for Merch University anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you talk about your why you started the Merch UK Facebook and how's that going and what you're teaching in there?
Sure, yeah. Merch Buyers in UK, I started that about a year ago, and it was originally for the sellers, merch sellers in the UK, and it was just something like a small community basically that started saying, "Oh, there's this thing going on in America. We're selling T-shirts. It's all good." And then it progressed from there. Once Merch Buyers in UK became available as a marketplace, and people started listing shirts on it, I actually thought it'd be useful for us to help out, the guys from America and from all over the world, and say, look, there's a load of funny British things and sayings and words that mean different things, and local kind of language and lingo that we use here. And I thought it would be pretty cool to start sharing some of those and let you guys benefit from that, because you guys have shared so much over the years in terms of little hints and tips and stuff like that. I thought it was something that I could start giving back to you guys as well. So we started giving away a daily nugget, as I was calling them. So there'd be kind of things like, in the UK, we have this thing called Cockney rhyming slang. It's where you rhyme words and you just say something that rhymes instead of saying the actual word. So for telephone, we would say the dog and bone. And if you were saying I'm going upstairs, you'd say I'm going up the apples and pears. It's pretty random, but you wouldn't know that, right? And you wouldn't know to search for it. And it's those kind of things that I was dropping what was called in UK nuggets. And there's about 20 of those in the group. So if you just join the group and search for nugget, you'll see each of those. And I did 20 of them. People started saying, "Why are you giving away all our niches, man?" So I just dialed it back, and now going to be doing, I think, one a week going forward, just to keep it going and stuff like that. But also, if anyone's got any questions as to, I know we've had what the family relatives like on there, so we don't say mom or anything like that. We say mum or mother. We have mummy. And yeah, a few different differences basically, and I guess the culture and the language and things like that. We've got some stuff on British food and some of the other differences. So yeah, any questions you've got, there's a load of Brits in there, and just come on in and ask. We're a friendly bunch.
So if you were going to type in Mama Bear, would that be Mom Bear?
Yeah, or Mummy Bear, I guess, something like that. I don't know if it's trademarked. There could be a whole new Mummy Bear craze.
Yeah, that's crazy. Um, have you been uploading a lot to the UK?
To what, sorry?
Have you been uploading a lot to the UK?
No, I've only really uploaded one shirt because I'm only tier 500, so I only got access, I think, a week ago. Uploaded a couple of shirts, bought one of my own so I can test out the sales in the UK as well, and make sure that the merch wizard's working correctly on all marketplaces, which I guess is something I should say is that, as far as I know, I don't think the other extensions have quite caught up to reading the marketplace, sorry, the sales for the UK and Germany marketplaces. But Merch Wizard does do, so if you need to get your information out or you want that, you can get that pretty easily from there. So yeah, I bought my own. For some reason, it's printed over in Poland and then shipped over to here. But yeah, it's on its way. It should be arriving tomorrow. And yeah, I'll wear it and see what people think of it.
That's cool that it's coming from Poland. That's where I get the warehouses, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's cool. Let me see. All right, we got some people entered. I'm gonna do this. Whoever has closest to the number I pull will be the winner. All right, the number generator. I'm about to push it here. Hold up. All right, number generator. We're gonna push it out of make it out of 23 people. That's how many we have. And then all right, the number is 7. 7. I don't know if you can see it. 7. That's what came up with. Does anybody have 7 or close to it? Let me see here. We got 3, 18, 18, 14, 19, 9. That's the closest so far. 9, 23, 1, 4, 5, 5. There you go. 5, 6, 7. All right, let me give it to this person right here. Iriel Ocon, right there. There's your winner. Contact Rick. He's gonna hook you up.
Yep. Congratulations. I can't see the group chat for whatever reason, but so it sounds good.
So Rick Blyth, he's on merch, so just look him up and or he'll hook you up with that winning the merch wizard. It's really awesome. We got a question here. See, the question is, what are the big awareness things talked about in the UK? Do people talk about like autism or things like that?
Yeah, I guess everything really. I'd say you probably don't get tons of people walking around with, these t-shirts on raising awareness. You get a lot of charity t-shirts, but I don't think day to day we see like hundreds of people, lots of people, as you might have in America. I just don't know if the Brits are the types to wear those kind of shirts. I don't see lots of them around, but I'm sure some of them would sell. Worth a try.
Let's see here. The question was, will our U.S. products auto upload to the UK, Germany, or do we have to do that ourselves? You have to do that yourself. You can't. Merch was transferring some designs over, but I think they stopped doing that. Did they transfer any of your designs over for you?
No, none of mine, but the girls that do the testing of it, they transferred some of theirs over. They're in the higher tiers, I think, around the 3,000 mark, and I think the higher tier sellers, they've moved them over. But even then, I don't know if they've done a great job of translating the text into German for them. But yeah, so I think above a certain tier, they move them across for you, but most people will need to move them across. That's obviously where something like Merch Wizard will really help. Take your existing designs and put them onto both marketplaces and anywhere else for that matter.
That's pretty cool. All right, if you guys don't have any more questions for Rick, that's going to be all for today. Does anybody have any more questions for Rick? Because that's going to conclude it. And just want to thank everybody for coming checking it out. If you want to get the Merch Wizard for $7.99 a month, I put a link below, or you can just type in Merch University as the code when you're getting it. So thank you guys for showing up and talking. You got anything? Any last words, Rick?
Yeah, just to say, thanks for having me. It's been good. And yeah, if the guys want to join the Facebook group, I guess we can put a link to that in there, or search for Amazon Merch Tools, Merch Wizard. It'll bring up the Facebook group. Ask any questions you've got if you're not sure about anything in particular. But yeah, they're a friendly bunch in there, and there's always someone there. The girls that do the testing are based in America, so they take the shift whilst I'm asleep, and I cover whilst they're sleeping. So there'll always be someone there to reach out to. And yeah, the people are full of ideas. I think we'll be busy for the next few weeks building features and things like that. So it's looking good.
All right, guys, you'll have a great day. And Rick, stay on for a second. I'll talk to you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. All right.
Cool.